What up? What it do? I'm Miss Indigo Blue. Thank you for tuning in here to my channel, Zen Mother's Garden, here on YouTube. On this lovely channel, we do tarot readings that are for money and love for the monthly overview, as well as weekly guidance and new moon and full moon readings. There's also going to be channel chit chat here on this channel, which will also be included in each tarot read that is conducted. This is for June 2020. The self-employed persons will be receiving messages that are overall and general to all of you through oracle cards, and also reflective of your sign with a more specific message pulled out using tarot cards. Sorry, I'm feeling a little tongue-tied right now. I do feel like this self-employed energy is one that is kind of all over the place and very heavy right now. So I am feeling very much weighted down by the current energy that I've tuned into for you all. I do just want to do a quick disclaimer and say that this is a general reading. It can resonate with your sun, moon, rising, or Venus signs, and also it may not resonate at all. You might want to check out one of the other categories and see what message came through for your sign there if it does not. Also, that this message is just a guidance message, and if you choose to enact any portion of this message into your life right now, that's at your full discretion and by your own free will. So do as you see fit. I'm going to go ahead and pull the oracle cards right now so that we can get further into your energy. We're going to start with the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle deck. What information do you have for the self-employed collective for June 2020 in regard to money? The card that came out is Princess of Purity Leaps Across. I feel like this is also a message for you too, which is pray to the east, guardian watches over the west. And I believe that there's kind of two different energy signatures that are going on here right now for the self-employed people. There's the self-employed people who have kind of new businesses or online businesses, drop shipping businesses and things like that that are doing fairly well right now during this pandemic. And there's people with like mom and pop shops who are completely closed down, whose life was fully put into these businesses, the local barber shops and things of that nature, in a lot of areas that have not been able to go back to business as usual yet, who are feeling very weighted down right now, very frustrated. And a lot of these people are elderly. They've had their businesses for many, many years. And like we've seen in my state, at least a couple people who refused to quit working because of this. And I think that it was kind of life or death for them. Like, to stop working and stop doing what I love at this age is death for me. And so they really fought, and they've been fined and things of that nature. And I just feel like they're like, screw your fine, because this is what I love, this is what I do, this is who I am, and I'm not going to let you take that away from me. And I really, really, really I'm behind those people. Like, I can appreciate the fight. I understand that this is a pandemic and we have to keep everyone safe, but that is them keeping themselves safe. Like, they are really doing what's best for their hearts. And so you would just have to love that. And then it's service to most of these jobs. They're servicing other people. A local girl in my office who has a food company brought together a lot of other different women and now is offering all of their food services from her location. And wow, what a beautiful thing to do, for us to be able to say that we can be in this market and be sisters, brothers, be all in one accord and not fighting with each other, really showing that they are really stepping into that energy that is really coming in right now, and really honing in on what it's going to take from us as a collective to move in that love space that's going to be required for us to maintain and stay afloat in the future, support each other, buy from each other, things of that nature, to really change the narrative of the way that this current economy works, because evidently something wasn't working, because with this one thing that we had occur, we saw definite bottoming out in a lot of places, and so we have to take heed to that. Now, the Princess of the Purity leaps across is the number 24 card. I'm just going to read the short paragraphs in regard to the cards that you pulled. I have such faith in you that I have placed what appears to be an obstacle in your way. It is actually a stepping stone that will help you rise. If there were no challenges, how would you gain trust and confidence in yourself, in me? Through my grace, I am giving you an invisible boost. You shall leap over this obstacle with such lightness of heart and foot. You shall then believe that anything is possible. And I feel like those are people who have the new employment opportunities, the new businesses that they've started, and where everybody else is kind of being put on hold or slowed down. They really were able to press forward in this. So I do feel like that message was for them. Number 36 is a 9. Pray to the east. Guardian watches over the west. And that's, I just heard the words like, watch your back, I got your front. Okay. 36. I now see the ending and the beginning. I watch and defend from past interference, whilst I invite beautiful new worlds to form through my prayers, birthing them through my heart and the silent, unwavering light of my mind. Soon you shall be ready to make the crossing, to acknowledge the end of this day and the dawn of the new day that I have begun to create for you. Do not be afraid of any ending now. All has been divinely ordained, and all things happen so that my love can prevail. Endings allow for fresh starts. Focus on letting go now and being firm in your decision. Have courage. Trust yourself. Can you love even more in the letting go than you did while holding on? Be patient and accept where you are now in the process of endings. All will happen soon enough. I am helping you in all ways. Trust me in the new day I bring forth. So yeah, going forward, for those of you who are used to business as usual, business has changed. There's new OSHA laws, probably. There's new state mandated requirements. There's going to be new things required of you, and it's all going to seem like, for what? We haven't been doing this, and then all of a sudden here comes da 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 da, and we got to make all of these changes, and they're going to seem like a bunch of changes that are not necessarily for the greater good, but you're going to have to step back and go with the flow of the changes and step into the new energy and allow it to be a positive movement for you, because if you keep fighting against it, then it's only just going to create friction, and not a friction that's going to produce the electricity that you need, but it's just going to be the rubbing me the wrong way type of thing. So we're now going to go into the heal yourself reading cards, and we're going to see what message this oracle has for those who are self-employed. Okay. And the card that comes out is Sexual Arts. Number 33. So this is a 6. So this is definitely saying that change has just occurred for you, and now it's time to get into the art of moving on. And I think that this is a very good card for self-employed people to get, because normally in order to be self-employed you really have to have some type of creative ability. You have to have some type of skill. You have to know like what people want, what is appealing to people, to draw them in so that you have customers, so that your businesses can flourish. But this one is saying keeping sexuality alive is an art from very few people truly understand. Let me read that again. Keeping sexuality alive is an art form very few people truly understand. So the art form that you are creating with your business that draws people in, that makes people want to buy your products, that makes you a very well-known brand ambassador, that makes your business stand out from other people's. This is something that you understand and that you know how to do, that a lot of people don't know how to do. Are you sexually attracted to your partner every day? Sex energy only occurs when there is sexual polarity. Everyone has both masculine and feminine qualities to gift each other. The only time there is sexual spark is when one person is embodying more of their masculine energy than the other person is embodying more of their feminine energy. The masculine is the unchanging witness, presence, direction, decision making, trying to bring everything to closure and conscious itself. The feminine is change, life force, light, flowing movement, mother nature, emotions. Do not buy into the myth that sexual attraction eventually dies in long-term relationships. Sexual polarity is an art that takes practice. It can be so subtle and last a lifetime if you are constantly reinventing your gifts and using an open heart. So I feel like this energy is asking you to not take and feel like your business has been stunted by what's happening. I know it's be very hard. Like, well, I can't do anything. I can't work. I can't cut hair. I can't do massages. I can't do these things. And so now it's getting to the point where it's affecting people monetarily in a very serious way. If you don't have children, therefore you can't go back and maybe rely on the system to give you some money. The stimulus check has already been spent, things of that nature. Then you are finding yourself becoming very frustrated. And then if, for the elderly people who have been in this business for such a long time, they've been operating in that masculine energy probably for a very long time in regard to their business. In regard to their customers, they might then show that feminine energy. But as far as I'm standing my ground, even that I said that I so wholeheartedly respect that fight where they are saying, I'm not going to sit down. I'm going to keep going. This is what I do. This is what I love. Um, you don't want it also to be tainted by the fight or the struggle that's being created around it. So some of the surrender may be necessary. Let some things come to you rather than you trying to do so much creating. Um, Find other avenues for people who are able to take their businesses from local or storefront or whatever and put them online. Not to just have them online, but to also have them online. It's just going to give you more opportunity for the future. So you're just going to have to be very flexible, very open-minded, and very creative. Not to mention that sexual energy most certainly helps. So if you do have a partner with whom you can manifest some new things happening into your business, most certainly use that energy to spark some new flames into your business. Okay, so that's the overall energy. I am Miss Indigo Blue. I was in mothersgarden.com. Please make sure to visit my website, but more so, since you are here right now, hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video or you found any of this content useful. subscribe and then ring that bell if you want to be informed when I create my next uploads. There will be love readings that will be coming out similar in nature to these money readings. And then we will next week have a full moon. So we'll have that full moon and our weekly guidance coming up for June 1st through the 7th. So you have a lot of things that are going on, a lot of moving pieces right now, a lot of retrogrades and a lot of different things, a lot of changing energy. So make sure again that if you don't know your chart, that you look the chart up so that you can be in alignment. I'm going to now go into the messages for each sign individually. We're going to
Okay, lovies, so at this moment in time, you can choose to listen to all of the individual signs, or you can check the description box down below where you can find the timestamp for your individual sun sign.
start with the fire signs, leading with Aries. What messages do you have for June 2020 for self-employed Aries in regards to money, finance, career? What messages do you have for Aries? That was way too many cards. What messages do you have for Aries? Now the cards are jumping everywhere. So the overall energy is Two of Cups. The cards that came out are the Three of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. So it seems like here with this Eight of Pentacles that you had a craft that you felt like was perfected. Like you felt like your business was definitely right where you wanted it to be. And you might still be feeling that way. It's almost like you had like that one last thing to do before you felt like, yes, my business was a success. For those of you who have a new business, you might have had that one last thing that you needed to do to actually get your business to launch. And so I still feel like you are diligently working on it, but maybe not as hard as you were before. With this Nine of Cups, I'm seeing that maybe you are taking this time where you are told to sit back and relax, and I'm actually seeing this as a little bit of too much celebration. Like there's a lot of cups being passed around. There's a lot of partying going on. You may not be taking the necessary precautions that you need to be taking. With the underlying energy being the Two of Cups, this might be meaning that you are that even though this is in reverse, that some business opportunities, some collaborations, some cooperation, some new ways of doing businesses coming to you. And so maybe those are the things that you have been working on getting started. Maybe having to go online and put your business online, things of that nature. But here it seems like there's a not too good of a collaboration going on. I almost feel like it's not so much that it's not the right person to work with or things of that nature, but you guys are getting off of the business path and you're getting too caught up in the partying portion of it. So maybe you're people like in like music industry or somewhere where you're actually is still able to attend some type of industry events or do some types of things. And I feel like there's a little bit of too much partying, too much joy, too much going on to where you are still here, and you probably could have already finished and completed this task, but you haven't because you're doing too much here. And so you need to tone down on your celebration. You need to tone down with involving yourself with too many people right now. Hone it on in and get back focused on here. Take and look this opportunity in the face like it's your new wife and it's your new life, and it's all that you see and it's all that you can focus on. Because also underneath that card is the Ten of Pentacles, and this is where you're trying to go. You know, self-employment wise, you want it to be both fulfilling and you want it to be prosperous. And so if you start getting where it's too playful and you're doing too much, then you're taking your eyes off the prize. For those of you who feel like that's not me at all, I'm not taking my eye off the prize, then this is just those of you who are now winning. You're winning with the possible collaboration of that storefront now, plus the internet. The changes are working out for you, but for some of you also the changes are not working out for you, and where this was your happy place, it's now the part of your life that doesn't bring you joy. You feel cheated. You feel like when you say your business, you were the business owner, but you had to abide by the laws of your state or your government or your things of that nature, and now the government is locking you down. And so now it's like I have me and I have my business, but I don't have the backing that's necessary to keep me going. And so that's like you feel like they're cheating on you, right? Like you feel like that's a third party interference that's keeping you from doing what you love. So just stay positive, Aries. Really every sign's gonna have to really stay positive in this time. If you're in a position to where your business is on pause right now, just make some new plans for it, for the future, where your business can go, so that next time around, if there's a next time, then this won't happen to you in this manner again. Okay, Aries, we're now going to move on to Sagittarius. What information do you have for self-employed Sagittarius for the month of June 2020 in regard to their wealth, business, career? Sagittarius. Okay, so I have the Six of Wands, the overall energy. Got the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Wands. Got the Three of Cups upright this time, and the Two of Swords in reverse. So I feel like there is a very new, you took this bull by the horns and you took this action and you're moving forward with it. Having lots of reason to celebrate right now, and whatever it was you were doing previous to this, it kind of had you at a stalemate. So I think that this probably benefited you in the fact that, in the idea that maybe you had multiple decisions or something like that before going into this current energy, but then once you stepped into this energy, it made it to where you had to lean one way or the other, and you had to turn your back on the old way of doing things and walk into this new energy to find out that it really brought you a lot of joy and that you are very victorious in that. So if you haven't already decided to change the way that you have been doing things, take this newfound information and turn your company into something different, then this is the time to do it. June looks very positive for you in self-employment. It seems like a victory will be won. So you need to go ahead and make that decision, decide which way you're going to go so that you can come out triumphant, Sagittarius. Leo. What information do you have for me to give to Leos who are self-employed? Starting up in June 2020 in regard to business, money, finances, who are self-employed in regard to their money, finances, business, career. The underlying energy is the Two of Pentacles. The cards that came up are the Three of Pentacles, the Fool in reverse, and Death in reverse. So Leo, I feel like here you are trying to make a very hard decision. A decision that is between a possible new opportunity, but the new opportunity would require for you to kill everything that you've built up until this point. And so it's a very hard decision to make. I feel like you're going back and forth, back and forth. What should I do? What should I do? How should I move? And with the Fool being in reverse, I'm not feeling like it's saying don't take the new opportunity or don't go the new way. But I feel like right now you're not going to be able to, because you're not having all of the information that is necessary for you to go forward. So I'm going to pull some angel cards from the Archangel Oracle deck. These have already been shuffled to see what message they have for you in regard to making this decision. Any other messages for Leo? Okay. So the messages are crystal clear intentions. So yeah, you have to be crystal clear when you make this decision. This is a very life-altering decision that you probably have before you. This might be very specific to just a handful of Leos and not all of you. But there's something that you worked very hard on and it means a lot to you, and you're really having a struggle with figuring out, do you just give that up and give it away to go on to these new ventures, because it's going to be death to the old way if you do take that leap. The other two cards that came out are take back your power. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So again, once you really get your mind made up as to what you want to do, then you have to start manifesting it into fruition so that it can be successful and so that you don't have regrets in regard to turning back on the other opportunity that was already working so well for you. The other card that come up is the Counselor, which is Archangel Azrael. You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. So if you have created yourself a business to where you are some type of counselor, where there's a lot of people who are depending on the services that you offer and things of that nature, that would be something that would be very hard to give up. And in that, you would be doing a very selfless act by staying in that business versus giving that up and taking on this new opportunity. It could just be that, though, you need to look at this opportunity from a different point of view. How can I take this opportunity and change it enough so that I can still service the people who I'm serviced, that I can still be available counsel to them, and stop feeling like you don't have the power to make this decision. Stop letting the decision be more overwhelming than the actual work that you're doing, and get very clear as to how you want to do this and how you want to go forward. I feel like there's probably a change that you could make that's very subtle that would appease both ends of the spectrum so that you could continue to stay doing the type of work that you've been doing, as well as it being the new opportunity. Okay, so that's for Leo. Going to go now to the water signs and have a chit chat with Cancer. Self-employed Cancers. What information do they need to hear for the month of June 2020 in regard to their businesses, their money, finances, career? For self-employed Cancers, what information would you like for me to deliver to self-employed Cancer for June 2020? I just heard a song, and I'm not getting any cards, but I just heard, "You ain't seen nothing yet, baby. You ain't seen nothing yet." Okay. Just getting ready to show them, Cancer. This has got to be the most specific message of the night. The underlying energy is the Hangman. The cards that came out are the Fool in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, Cancer. I feel like there's a lot of thought being put into what you're doing right now. Again, the energy is not supported for you to be taking the leap that you might feel like you want to take in regard to your business right now. However, you are currently the Nine of Pentacles. So in this current energy, your business that you already started is bringing in money for you, or you have enough money put up or things of that nature to where you starting the business right now is not dire need for you. And then you're making sure to be careful to not do any wasteful spending and hold on to your pentacles. But be very careful when you're doing this. If there's some money that you need to be putting into your business that you're not putting into your business, then you need to make sure that you are evaluating that properly and utilizing the funds that you do have in the right places. The overall energy being the Hangman, I'm feeling like you are putting a lot of thought into what next move you want to make, because you are sort of worried about keeping your Nine of Pentacles status, and by that you're holding on to some things. I'm also hearing that you might be holding on to some things that you actually need to get rid of. So if you're keeping stuff that's past its time, let it go. Because you also might be missing an opportunity by holding on to these things. So a couple different messages here. Someone here who's missing an opportunity because they're holding on to the past way of doing things. And there's someone here who is wanting to keep their safety net and possibly is not properly investing into their business the right way. But it's not like you have to move right now, and it is wise to continue to keep putting thought into it. Just don't wait too long. You don't want to miss opportunity windows when they do open, so make sure that you are at least putting enough focus onto these situations so that when the time does come, it doesn't miss you. All right, Pisces. information do you have for me to give to Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, in regard to their self-employed businesses, money and finances for the month of June 2020? Pisces, you got somebody in your face. I can totally feel somebody standing here now. Pisces, what do they need to hear in regard to their self-employment? Not liking this feeling at all, Pisces. Okay, your cards are out, and there's another one that flipped up. So we'll see what that has to do with the message, if anything. All these cards kind of went sideways, so we'll lay them here. Alright, so overall energy, Ace of Wands. Cards that came out are the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. Excuse me, Knight of Cups. So we got two knights here. I don't feel like I said this. Did I say this? The underlying energy being the Ace of Wands. So the underlying energy is that you got new, burning hot opportunity in front of you. And then you have the Knight of Wands and you have the Knight of Cups. Which when I see the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups coming at the same time, I feel like this is steam. Fire and water kind of canceling each other out, and you're getting steam. So maybe this Knight of Cups is your energy and you're dealing with someone who's a Knight of Wands. And feeling like alone. Of course, this is individual energy here. That you are the Nine of Pentacles. So you may be trying to go into collaboration with someone who is of a fire sign or very fiery type energy. So Leo, Sag, Aries. And I just feel like those two energies are canceling each other out, that you're almost doing better being here by yourself. But I'm going to take some clarifiers on this Knight of Wands. What's the Knight of Wands here? I feel like this person's in your face. Maybe this is a person who wants in on your business. It's a person who's trying to sell themselves to you and tell you, hey, yeah, if we get together, we can, you know, they talking real fast, and they bringing in a whole bunch of hot fire energy to your space, but how are you receiving it? And what's really the motivation? Get through this. Knight of Wands, clarify, please. Tonight, all my cards have been falling on the floor. Okay. So we end up with the King of Swords and the Nine of Wands. So I feel like, yeah, this person is doing a whole bunch of talking, but they ain't doing a whole bunch of moving. They coming at you with a whole bunch of talking, and they ain't doing a whole bunch of moving. And it's almost like they're watching to see what move you're going to make. And then they're talking this good game, but they're not really showing any action. And so, but they have mastered their gift to communicate. They have mastered the art of talk. Why is that important? So now I'm feeling like with this art and this sexual energy, maybe there's a conflict of energy or conflict of interest there. Don't mix business with pleasure, Pisces. Y'all are such lovers, but don't mix business with pleasure. And maybe that's what this Ace of Wands is. Be careful if you are mixing business with pleasure. It could be that this would be something very good for you. Maybe you've been doing it all on your own up until this point, and this person is coming, but it just feels like this person is a lot of talk and not so much do. However, it does, with the cards that are showing here and nothing being reversed, and with that sexual energy, they could be a great manifesting partner. But I feel like if you're going to engage with this person sexually, let that be that portion of that relationship that makes you happy, and keep your money portion separate from that. Pisces, if you want more information on that, then email me at mib@zenmothersgarden.com so that we can do a personal reading and get that bit of energy sorted out for you, okay? Scorpio. The month of June 2020 in regard to self-employment, business, finance, career. What information do you have for Scorpio? Sun, moon, rising, Venus. What information do you have for me? Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles, Scorpio, as the overall energy. Six of Cups, the Emperor, and the King of Pentacles. So I feel like, Scorpio, that the Emperor energy is your energy, that you have made very smart moves up until this point, that your business is probably one that's doing pretty well right now, that you're sitting pretty easy right now. And this might be a business that's a family business. This might be a business that was started by your parents or your grandparents or something to that nature. So this is something that's probably been in your family for a very long time. But there is a new opportunity to grow your business that's coming up. You got both the Emperor and the King of Pentacles here. So the business itself, I feel like, is very prosperous. With the King of Pentacles and the Emperor being here, I feel like whatever decisions that are necessary for you to make for your business right now, that you are going to make the right decisions for them. I do feel like you do definitely need to take into consideration what your elders would have done. Where do you feel like they would like to see the business go, even if they're not still here present on this realm, right? Take that into consideration. What it's about the integrity of your business. That's where you pull your integrity for your business from, is from what your father, mother, the people before you, whoever owned this business, that you've inherited possibly, that they what they have done for you. But you do want to very much be your own person, and you want to show that you have done things and made changes and done things necessary for this business to be what the business is today. And so I feel like right now you're really trying to make your own footprint in your business, and you're not trying to just live off the fact that it is a family owned business and that it was already successful before it got your name on it. And so you're looking at bringing in a new opportunity for this business. I do feel like it'll be a very stable, a very sound decision, one that will be very safe for your business, and one that will also keep you happy, happy family, keep the family happy. It's going to still be one that's going to work well. So there's a very specific message there. Just trying to think for people who might not have a business that was family owned. Maybe you might want to start teaching your children how to run a business, so that you can sit back and enjoy your life without working anymore, and get one of the children into this leadership role where they are now carrying out the business and you are sitting back and just enjoying. Okay. We are now going to move over to Capricorn. What information do you have for me to give to Capricorn who are self-employed in regards to their businesses for June 2020? Or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, who are self-employed. The overall energy being the Ten of Pentacles. And the cards that you received are the Wheel of Fortune, Two of Swords in reverse, and Four of Cups. So whenever I see this card, I hear the song, Rain on Me, Lord, won't you take this pain from me? So you might be currently feeling like this situation has put you in a place of frustration. You might be really wanting to, one of those people who's saying, when this gets back to normal, rather than accepting this new normal that is being offered to you, you really need to open your eyes up and see there's a new way of doing things. You need to get out of that old stalemate energy, and you need to, stop fighting and stop resisting. It's time for you to put your swords down and then spin the wheel. You are going to definitely be surprised at what outcome that you get. It's going to be a very prosperous outcome, but at this point in time, I feel like you are sitting back and you're not seeing what possibilities can come of this, and you're just really wanting to go back to the old way. As long as you stay in that energy, then this wheel is not going to spin for you, and the opportunities are not going to grow for you. So I'm going to go into the angel cards for you and pull out some oracle guidance to see what you should be doing so that you can get past this stalemate energy, so that you can be open to receiving the new energy that is coming in. This is divinely guided. The earth is changing, its vibration, everything that is happening, and if you don't change along with it, you're going to get lost in the sauce. You're going to get the old ways just aren't going to work. Alright, so the three cards that came out are Moon Cycles, Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. And Capricorn, like that's like your polar opposite, right? So the moon, it's like Cancer, and Cancer is total opposite of you. So there's a lot of things that are happening as far as eclipses coming up. There's a lot of planets in retrograde and things of that nature. And so you're going to have to get in alignment with the planet. You're going to have to get in alignment with what is going on. It's going to be very smart for you to pull your natal chart and understand what your planetary alignments are at this time so that you can know what parts of your businesses to move when and how to move them, and just stop fighting the course of nature that is taking place. The other cards that came out are Divine Order and All is Well. Divine Order says everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. So you're really just going to have to get past what you think is happening or how you think it's supposed to go and get into the energy and let it flow. Okay? All is well. Everything is happening exactly how it is supposed to, with hidden blessings. Here are these hidden blessings that you will soon understand. So just let it come down on you. Let it rain. Let it show you the new. Let it spin the wheel. It's time to gamble, Capricorn. Virgo. Oh, my dog is moving. Oh, my daughter is waking up. Keeps talking. Virgo, what information do you have for self-employed Virgo for the month of June 2020 in regard to their money, finances, business, wealth, hearing, health for you, Virgo? So whatever you're doing in your business might also be affecting you health-wise, Virgo. Self-employed Virgos, I'm hearing something about insurance, whether it's life insurance or health insurance that you might need to be either paying for or making available to your employees. For some of you, self-employed business owners, their sun, rising, moon, or Venus in Virgo, please show me the information that they need to hear. Card just keeps on coming. So we have 3 of Wands as the overall energy. Have the King of Wands, the High Priestess, and the 2 of Swords in reverse. So really feel like you're way up there in the ethers, Virgo. And almost like you're refusing to come down. You don't want to come down to this 3D level. But you have this, it's almost like you're like, I'm not going to fight. But at the same time, you're not coming down on the playing field. It's like you're up in the bleachers and you're watching the game from the sideline. You're not allowing yourself to be involved. And then you're sitting and you're waiting for the ball to come to you. Like you're waiting to catch the foul ball. You're waiting, for to be sitting out in the bleachers. I'm just seeing someone at like a baseball game with their mitt on and they're waiting to sit in the bleachers to actually catch the ball. Like you're not getting into the game. And almost like you feel like the game is beneath your way of thinking. You feel like you're going to have to dumb yourself down in order to deal with what's going on in the world right now. And it might be that you're a person with a lot of employees, and a lot of your employees are becoming frustrated, or something of that nature, to where there's a lot of people who are just flat out getting on your nerves. Like, you're tired of hearing all the complaints. You're tired of it. You're like, it's my business. It's affecting me and my bottom line more than it's affecting anybody else. But people are not seeing it that way. People are only seeing how it's affecting them and what it's doing for them. But I do feel like this King of Wands energy is your energy. And maybe you have some tricks up your sleeve. But what you have not done is brought them down to this 3D reality. Like, all of the tricks that you have up your sleeve are somewhere in your brain, or somewhere in 5D, or they're even ahead of the times. Like, the things that you are thinking of, you're waiting for us, the rest of Earth and the rest of the alignment, to catch up to your thoughts, so that the things that you actually have created in your mind are something that can be part of this reality. I feel like I want to get some more clarification on the Two of Swords in reverse for you. It does seem like you've made a decision to do something, but you're still also waiting on something. Too many cards. I can't even get them all, so many. Too many cards. Two of Swords clarification, please. For Virgo, self-employed. Why is this Two of Swords here? Got the same exact card with the same clarification as another sign. These two cards just fell out, and it is the King of Swords and the Nine of Wands. So there's like one last thing that you know that you have to do in order to complete this process that you are working on. But you're not trying to take anybody else's input on it. You're not trying to hear what somebody else has to say. There's someone who is trying to really open your eyes up to maybe a new way of doing things, so that you can, there's some new way of doing things. Either you're coming up with a new way of doing things and the times are not even caught up to you, where what you have invented in your head, or there's someone who's trying to tell you to do this, and you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it, but I believe that you're going to try it, and you're going to see if it fits into with the things that you've already done. Hopefully that resonates with someone. If you want more clarification on that, then please contact me at mib@zenmothersgarden.com, or visit zenmothersgarden.com to schedule a personal reading. Thank you. Moving on to Taurus. What information do you have for me to give to Taurus for June 2020, who is self-employed? What information do you have in regard to their business, their career, their money, their finances? What information do you have for me in regard to Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for June 2020? self-employed individuals. The overall energy is the King of Pentacles, right up your alley, Taurus. The Lovers came out, Four of Wands came out, and Eight of Cups. So this seems like it was a very eye-opening opportunity for you. And I'm speaking to those who really had to reevaluate their businesses. I feel like you found a newfound love in your business, and that you're created a new foundation for your business, and you're really walking away from the old way of doing things. And that's that King of Pentacles energy. You're getting right into the ebb and flow of the universe, and everything is going smoothly for you. And I don't really have much more to say about that, so I'm just going to pull some angelic guidance. Any way that it can go any smoother, I don't know. That felt perfect. Like you feel very much in sync with what's going on. Your businesses should be flourishing and doing well. And it doesn't really feel like you have any worries. You're sitting pretty cool on the sideline as the King of Pentacles. And you're just like, hey, it's good over here. So it can never be perfect. So we'll just see what type of information is for you. And got crystal clear intentions, gifts from God, and gentleness. So gentleness says be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. So yeah, just take it easy. It's going well for you right now. Gifts from God. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. And if you are in this overall energy, then you are open to receive. Be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. So I feel like that's the most important thing right now, is that you've got these gifts coming. Don't be too hard on yourself if things aren't going exactly the way that you want them to go, because they are going very well. Just make sure that you know where you want to steer your business when you decide to leave the old way in the past and create this new foundation. But I just feel like you are one with the universe. You are everything's going easy and going well here. If you are someone who's Taurus and you're having any types of struggle in your business, then contact me. Let's see what we can look into, okay? Libra, month of June. I'd wait until after the month of June, though, see what happens, because maybe the month of June is where you're going to fall into that alignment. This is for June. All right, Libra. Self-employed Libra. What information do you have for self-employed Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in regard to self-employment, business, money for the month of June 2020? What information do you have for Libra the month of June 2020? Under the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. I actually have 4 cards out here for you. We have Temperance, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Fool in reverse, the Empress in reverse. Definitely a missed opportunity here. I feel like You're concentrating on joy and pain. Sunshine and rain is playing. Like, and that's because you're trying to create some balance between joy and pain, the good and the bad, the way that you are feeling. I feel almost like there's someone whose business wasn't going so well, and then they ran into all of this stuff. And I feel like now maybe you're even selling off bits and pieces. Like if there's furniture or fixtures or something in your business that you weren't really using, that you might be selling them off and actually losing equity in your business. You definitely missed an opportunity. You didn't act on those voices that were guiding you. And so now you're here and you're feeling like you're losing it all. You're feeling like you're losing your baby. You're feeling like your business is tanking. So I don't know, this is just might be for a select amount of Libra, but I do feel like you're having a very hard time getting that scale to keep from tipping. And it's because of something emotional. You had some either type of emotional attachment to something, or you are here deciding to claim your Queen of Cups. You're deciding to claim your joy, and in doing that, making the most balanced decision that you can make. It's like it's time to just let this business go. So some of you might be deciding to let your business go. It doesn't mean that you can't pick up a new business venture, but maybe in the month of June you might realize that it's better for you to for your own happiness to just relinquish this business and maybe do something different. Just trying to see if there was anything else I could pick up for that reading from the oracle cards, and there's just not. Let me go ahead and grab the guardian angel cards to see if we can get some guidance on that. Feels very sad as far as business goes, but at the same time, it's the thing to do that brings you the most peace and the most joy in your actual life. Although it's very sad to have let go of your business. So you got prosperity. Prosperity says your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So what do you want? What is going to bring you that happiness? And your material needs are provided. So maybe it's just that the business was your only source of income, and also that brings fear and letting that go, but at the same time you know that it's what you need to do. And so if you follow your intuition and go ahead and make that move, then your material needs are going to be met, and that's not a worry that you should take up. Angel therapy. Archangel Raphael, give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burden. So this is you're gonna have to just be happy with the decision that you know that you have to make, and not let it worry you and not let it stress you out, and just breathe. Just breathe. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. It's just out with the old. It's that business has seen its brighter day, and so it's time to go ahead and move on, just like you're thinking. If you have been putting it off, possibly in June, it's a good time to start making those moves towards letting that go. All right, we're going to step now into Aquarius energy for the month of June 2020. For those who are self-employed, what information do you have for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the month of June 2020, who are self-employed in regard to their money, their business, career, finances? What information do you have for self-employed Aquarius? Thank you. The underlying energy is the Page of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands. So see the Queen of Wands looking at this Ten of Pentacles and this Nine of Wands. So I feel like this Queen feels like she's just got this one last thing to pick up and to plant this one last seed, and the business is going to flourish. And I just feel like there's going to be either someone or something new that presents itself that brings you that one last wand that you need for this to really come into fruition. It's something that you've already manifested and you've already put a lot into, and it does seem like it's going to be very prosperous, whatever this new venture is. So you're probably one of those people who took this very still time to sit down and think of a new way that you can do something. Maybe you have used this time to create a new product or a new type of business that we haven't seen before. If you're having something on your mind that you are trying to create, definitely I would say like patent it, copyright it. If it's something that can be copywritten, but definitely make sure that you protect it before you put it out here into the world. And maybe that's like the one last step that you need to do. You need to take your money and protect your idea. And then I'm even hearing that you're going to have to, scared money don't make no money. You're going to have to use some of this treasure chest. It seems like you probably already have had some other ventures that were pretty successful, Aquarius. And so take some of that money that you got, put it into this new business to finish out those last little things that you need to do so that you can get this new, receive this new and this last wand and get this new opportunity started. Gemini. What information do you have for Gemini who are self-employed? Happy birthday to all the June Geminis or those who just had a May birthday. What information do you have for self-employed Gemini for the month of June 2020 in regard to their business, finance, income, career? What information do you have for Gemini in regard to their business, finance, career for those who are self-employed for the month of June 2020? Okay, the underlying energy is the Eight of Cups. You also have the Death card, Eight of Pentacles, and Two of Pentacles. So with the overlaying, the overall energy being the Eight of Cups, and then you getting the Death card, I feel like you definitely walked away from the old way of doing things or old business, and now you're really just trying to find your footing and create some balance in this new project that you have really thrown yourself into. If you haven't thrown yourself into the new project yet, then June seems like a really good time for you to throw yourself into the new project. Start taking all the little individual pieces and putting that puzzle together. And quit overthinking things is what I'm hearing. Quit trying to figure things out so much and just get to work and start doing the work. Um, And I'm looking at that. Pray to the east, guardian watches over the west. So that out with the old and with the new energy is very present for you. But it doesn't seem like you're having a very hard time transitioning into the new energy. So I'm just going to say be very thankful for that. Be very thankful for it being smooth. And that's going to help you to tip that scale. Once you just can change your perspective and your perception as to what's going on and just be thankful that you've come up with this new masterpiece. Um, Again, it's very hard for people who have had businesses to kind of walk away from what they thought, even if this is a new business and you had started putting a lot of work into it and you thought it was the thing that was going to make you successful. Um, and then you had to scrap it, right? That's very, very hard and very trying. And then you try to rebuild your footing and try to get yourself moving back forward, only to do all this work all over again. Like all the work that you put in that first opportunity, you might have to scrap it and then put a whole bunch of work into a new opportunity while trying to probably still utilize bits and pieces from the old that are salvageable within the new. Um, but it says just totally turn around, walk away from the old thing, and just fully step in, put all of your efforts and all of your energy into the new. If you would like to be successful, that's something that you probably should anticipate doing for the month of June 2020. I love you. I thank you all for tuning in. There will be love readings that will be coming out similar in nature to these money readings. And then we will next week have a full moon. So we'll have that full moon and our weekly guidance coming up for June 1st through the 7th. So we have a lot of things that are going on, a lot of moving pieces right now, a lot of retrogrades and a lot of different things, a lot of changing energy. So make sure again that if you don't know your chart, that you look the chart up so that you can be in alignment. I am Miss Indigo Blue of ZenMothersGarden.com. Please make sure to visit my website, but more so, since you are here right now, hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video or you found any of this content useful, and also subscribe if you want to be subscribe, and then ring that bell if you want to be informed when I create my next uploads. I love you. I thank you so much for hanging in here with me, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.